fear.
Did a bat scare you as a child?
No. Fear! No! Fear!
So I recently just finished Batman Cape Crusader Season 2, and I gotta be honest with you, this shit is underwhelming. And I'm not just talking about Season 2, I'm talking about Season 1 too. Now don't get me wrong, I did enjoy bits and pieces of Season 1 and Season 2. I just feel like the show as a whole has a problem of being a little too woke and has a bit try moments, especially on the dialogue and just overall delivery. I think its plot points and I guess overall arcing story don't really add up that well. But I do gotta say, I really do love the overall aesthetic of the show. The noir look just is so cool. I think that it's a decent change for Batman. I like how it takes it back to the original issues when Batman first came out in comics. But I do gotta say that some of these character designs just look straight up so fucking weird, man. But yeah, after Season 1, I thought that it did stick the landing, and I was decently excited for Season 2, but upon watching, I gotta say, this is honestly a little bit worse than Season 1. Season 1, there's a good chunk of things that I like, but there's a lot of bad things that I think get in the way, so I wanted to talk about the whole show. Now, like I said previously, I think a lot of the dialogue in both seasons are honestly too hard to stomach, and they can be very cringy at moments. And I understand that this is like 1920s. Some of the dialogue is good, and some of it is bad, especially in this newer season with the Riddler. I mean, this dude doesn't really make any riddles or have anything to do with the Riddler besides the fact that he wears green, but I just can't stomach the fact that his dialogue is really bad. I just can't stand him as a character in general.
Now it's a party! Baby, we'll paint the town red.
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
And I guess that just brings me to why I'm still iffy about all the villains in this show. I mean, there's a lot of good classic twists on the villains, like Rose Thorn, who's Poison Ivy, and Mr. Zero, who's Mr. Freeze, and then Solomon Grundy. If that's even him, I mean, it kind of looks like him. No shit, that's Blockbuster. Damn. I don't like that design. I'll talk about it later, but these villains for the most part just don't seem to work for me. I don't find them interesting, and they kind of wait for the Joker at the last minute. And despite all the worse off characters, I actually don't not like how the Joker was depicted. He resembles the original issue Joker from Batman #1. He brings a more brutal and timid nature to the show, and he's kind of hardcore.
I'm over here stroking my dick. I got lotion on my dick right now. I'm just stroking my shit. I'm horny as fuck, man. I'm a freak, man. Like, for real.
And I really do like the direction they went with his voice.
Good evening, Gotham. It is 8:43 p.m. In 3 hours and 17 minutes, I will murder Mayor Jessup.
It's a fresh take on him and a bit fresh air, I guess, from the rest of the villains. Some of the other episodes with the villains, like Mad Monk and the Cult of Barbatos, were cool too. I don't know. Maybe I just like seeing Batman fight cultists. But for the whole show, I think the main problem is that everything seems super forced. They make these changes and just expect people to clap their hands and be happy. I mean, don't get me wrong, I don't really care about the gender swap of Penguin in the first season. I mean, I could really fucking care less. But all these big drastic changes, you know, with the Riddler, he's just a dumbed down mob boss now. And I said it before, but dude's fucking annoying.
Word of advice, freak. When the fun train's rolling, stay off the tracks.
Making a change for a show isn't bad whatsoever, but when you make the change just specifically for the fact to make a change and expect people to be happy with it, without any good backup writing, it doesn't work out. Changing a character's gender or race or personality, and even background, it can work if you give that specific character a new perspective, something that strengthens the story. But if it doesn't affect anything like the themes or storytelling, it can just feel like a stupid reinvention. Some of these changes kind of overshadow a lot of narrative roles. They make Detective Montoya a main side character, and her supporting role traditionally belongs to other characters. Gordon is already there. That can make Gotham's supporting cast feel really small. All these other several characters begin serving smaller functions. And I gotta say, the villains can lose some of their icon identity with these changes too. I think one major appeal of Batman is that his villains aren't just random criminals. They're usually messed up reflections of Batman himself. When their origins, personalities, and motivations are, altered, it's a huge risk of losing that psychological connection between Batman and the Rogues Gallery. A re-imaging should ideally make you think, oh, this is different, but cool. And it doesn't. It kind of just makes you think that it's basically a completely different character, but they just slap the OG character's name on the new, different, changed character. Now, Batman movies and shows have been reinvented constantly. There's been a bunch of different versions that have changed the tone, relationships, villains, and origin. The best adaptations don't just copy comic books. They understand why the characters work, and then find a new way to express those qualities. That's where you can argue that Caped Crusader falls short. It changes surface level characteristics without capturing the deeper reason those characters became iconic in the first place. I don't think that these changes have any good reason to be changed in the first place. My problem with the show isn't that it changes Batman characters in general. Batman has been reinvented countless times, as I just said, and that's a part of what makes the character so great. My problem is that some of these changes just don't feel like they're giving a better version of the characters. They don't make them different, and when you change a character without placing what made them compelling in the first place, the result can feel more like a downgrade. And I gotta say, it really fucking does. Now, the show does deserve some cookie points for actually trying something different. Batman has had a lot of adaptations that simply just copy and paste versions we've already seen before, and I guess they're just not nearly as interesting. Like I said before, the noir setting of the 1930s or 1940s inspired Gotham allows those kind of familiar characters to be reinterpreted. And I know I just got done bitching and complaining about how a lot of these changes don't work, but once again, as I said earlier in the video, some of them, and very little of them, do work. Like I said, the Joker I like. And I guess if I were to like other characters, I do like the version of Harley Quinn. Making her a therapist instead of simply Joker's sidekick gives her more independence, and it makes her feel like her own character. I think the version of Harley Quinn works. She's also not like the OG Harley Quinn. She's, soft and timid, but also not even very evil. And I do like this version of Barbara Gordon too. She's an established lawyer, which gives her a stronger identity outside of simply being Commissioner Gordon's daughter. And Harvey Dent too. I actually like what they do with him. He's morally complicated. His personality makes his eventual relationship with Two-Face potentially more interesting because you can see the flaws that were already there at the beginning of the show.
A bit of friendly advice. Start caring. Because after Election Day, you'll want to be on my good side, Renee. Good luck with the crime fighting Gotham's finest. Oh, and you too, Bullock.
Now, if I were to say something about this version's of Batman, I would say that I actually do like this version. He doesn't feel completely finished yet. He's rougher and more aggressive, and it's like he's still trying to figure out what kind of Batman he wants to become, which makes this version feel like an actual reinvention rather than, the copy and paste Batman we've already seen before. If I were to complain about this version of Batman, I'd say that he kind of just lets way too many people die on his hands. But with that being said, it's a grounded take. He doesn't feel like a unstoppable superhero, and he feels more like a skilled human trying to survive Gotham while simultaneously trying to fix and help Gotham. I'm very confused and mixed-minded about it. He lets a lot of villains die, and I was going to complain about that a lot, but then again, I realized that this isn't a mystical Batman. So overall, this show is just a mixed bag for me. There's a lot of things that I really don't like, and there are things that I do like. If they make a season 3, I'll watch it, and I will rate it. But for now, the show is just disappointing. If you have anything different to say, feel free to leave a comment. I'll argue with that. I really don't care. But, yeah, I don't know. See ya.